Simpiwe out and about. Look at you, Simpiwe. I can see there's like a float happening behind you now. He's in Mbombela for this morning's annual Mpumalanga cultural experience. Simpiwe, let me hand it back to you. Looks wonderful.
Well, a very good morning to you, Leanne. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, it's a pity I couldn't hear you clearly because of the noise in the background. Obviously so, because, the mood is that of, it is such a joyful, joyous and a festive mood. It is the Mpumalanga cultural experience, and I can safely tell you that any minute from now, it will start. As soon as I'm in conversation, as soon as I'm done talking to the MEC, and she gives blessing to this parade, the parade will officially start. Everything is now set to go. All the groups are now standing by. The bikers are standing by. The Bapedis, the Swatis, the Zulus are standing by to kickstart the parade. It'll be snaking its way through the streets of the Mbombela CBD, and a constant reminder again to those living in the Mbombela CBD and the surrounding precincts that some of the roads will be closed and there'll be minor traffic disruptions as a result of this parade between 8 o'clock and 9:30, and then the roads will be open thereafter. But let me rope in the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture in the Mpumalanga province, Ms. Leah Mabuza. Mshengo, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Klo. Good morning to the people of South Africa, mostly to the people of Mpumalanga.
It's an absolute pleasure having you join us, and I know so much has been said about this cultural experience for the past 9 years and how much of a big deal it is. So what makes it, or rather what contributes to the success of this festival?
We as the Department of Culture, Sports and Recreation in Mpumalanga, we have a mandate of ensuring that there is social cohesion. And when the president spoke with all of us to say, let us invest back to our people, what we believe in as a department is that we must make sure that our intergeneration as well as integrated races within the province of Mpumalanga, they have an experience of meeting one another, share experience of their culture as well as their cultural dance. We have a 9th edition of Mpumalanga Cultural Experience. Solemnly today, as we are doing the carnival, is to ensure that all these groups comes out, they do their dance, they parade, they showcase the province. Province of Mpumalanga, it's a rural province, it's a beautiful province. Of course, Kruger National Park, you'll find it here. God's Window, you will find it here. The 3 roundabouts, you'll find it here. The caves, you will find it here. Makonjo Mountain, you will find it here. We're also doing this to bring back and regenerate our economy in the province, because through tourism, it's what we will survive mostly. And we believe that if people come to Mpumalanga and we have such an experience and invite people from the world to come to the province, we definitely show that we'll be reviving our economy. We are also uniting our people through the social cohesion mandate. And that is what we're doing today. All the different types of cultures and languages that we have in the province of Mpumalanga, whether Sindebele, whether Siswati, the Mapedis, the Matsongas, the Mapulanes, the Afrikaners, they are all here. We have mixed all this generation because we live in the beautiful province of the Mpumalanga where the sun comes out.
Of course, it is the land of the rising sun, I always say this. And I saw you quite fondly kept on referring to tourism and how a festival of this nature generates revenue for the province. But this is on a macro level. It definitely benefits the province. But how does it benefit the small guys, the smaller entrepreneurs on the ground?
What we're doing in the cultural experience, we've got different pillars. Tomorrow we'll be going to Steve Tshwete for a Kasi culture. A Kasi culture where we're saying SMMEs come together into a street and close the street so that in that street there's activity of play, there is also food. Whoever is having their beverages, they will also sit there. We want to explore the Kasi culture. When we're saying we're at a Kasi, you can get your Malamukhoti there, you can get Amawutwana there, you can get Inyama Yenhlogo there. That is the Kasi culture. And this Mpumalanga cultural experience is solemnly to expose those small businesses. In as much as we will be parading here, there are a lot of hawkers that are in the street. But we are cautioning people of South Africa that indeed what they are doing, it must be legal. They must register their businesses. They must avoid to buy into stores that are not legal and are not legalized at the end of the day, to avoid what we are now foreseeing in the country and already seeing our children dying because of buying poisonous food. So let's take this call from the president to say, go and register your business. Even if you are a hawker, go and register so that you have the permit. The municipality is aware that you are sitting at a certain spot and the food that you are buying or you are selling there, it's a clean food, it's a legal food where everybody can take accountability.
You know, MEC, it is one thing as the government promoting culture and encouraging people to embrace their culture and embrace their, their nationhood. But it's a totally different matter, getting people to actually embrace their culture. How do we do that? How do we get people to embrace their culture? Because, cultural practices have been fading over the last few years.
Mpumalanga, as a province, we are mandated to ensure that we inculcate the notion of ensuring that Siswati and Sindebele reach a certain level of any other languages that now are at a high level. We have passed an act in 2014. We need to implement that act so that we can start programs and activities that speaks to Siswati and Sindebele in particular, so that we further teach our young generation to say, for you to speak Siswati, it's not something that is foreign. It is your culture. For you to speak Sindebele, it is your culture. Therefore, we are in a program of educating everybody. And in our Language Act, we would want to have language practitioners that we will also be able to talk like this, Mkoli, through Siswati, through Sindebele, through Sishangan, through every language that you'll find in South Africa. And so that we are able to then begin to tell our children, when you are a Swati-speaking person, what is it that relates to Isiswati in terms of their culture?
All right, MEC, lovely chatting to you, and kudos to you and your team for organizing such a colorful, vibrant festival. Great chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Let the people of South Africa drive safe. Parents, please take care of the kids. We don't want to lose kids. There is so many human trafficking crime that is taking place in our areas, and therefore let's safeguard our children. As all these activities are taking place, let also parents accompany their young children who wants to be out. I have my children also here. So let's go with as a family in enjoying the festive season.
Absolutely. See you around, MEC. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, that was the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture in the Mpumalanga province, Ms. Leah Mabuza, just talking us through the government's or her department's policy with regards to this festival and how it seeks to promote social cohesion and encouraging people to really embrace their culture. So I was literally standing in the way of this parade starting, and I was basically holding the MEC from giving a blessing, and people are impatiently waiting for the parade to start. So I can officially tell you that the parade is starting right now. So we're coming to you live from Mbombela, and it's a wrap from all of us here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, because we're still following the sun, and we'll be coming to you from the Gaskop Gorge lift, and I'll also make an attempt to bungee jump from that particular enclave. So yeah, as you can see, so the festival, it really is starting. That is a cue that I must hand back to you. I'm Simpiwe Ngongwana. Thanks for joining us. Back to you in studio.